Share screen. Oh, there we go.
Now at 10:30, living on the edge, a man builds a makeshift home between the 110 freeway and the Arroyo Seco in Highland Park. That home has electricity, a garden, even a front door, all put together using
Watch how this punk motherfucker said it was riverfront property.
So what do neighbors think about the home located not far from their own homes? KTLA's John Finolio joins us live from Highland Park with a closer look.
We got the largest homeless population in the country.
Cher and Sandra, good evening to you. The encampments along the Arroyo Seco, which runs right next to the 110 freeway, have swelled in recent years. And as you're about to see, some people have gotten very creative when it comes to building a suitable shelter. Riverfront property may be hard to come by in Los Angeles, but for some people living on the margins, this is where they call home.
Costs a lot.
There are many makeshift structures built with scrap material and trash along the Arroyo Seco next to the 110 freeway near Highland Park. They are among the more than 46,000 people experiencing homelessness in LA. Some of the structures, like
other
this
states,
one,
ship their homeless people here.
It has a stone wall, walkway, front door, powered lights, even a hammock for relaxing. It appears well kept. The people living here did not want to speak on camera. They don't bother me, this resident tells us, echoing neighbors who say most of the people living along the Arroyo Seco are quiet and keep to themselves.
Some of these structures are pretty illustrious.
He got fat shit.
They are, and you know, just admiring the work that they're doing out here. And I get, you know,
he might have been a motherfucking carpenter when he wasn't homeless.
This waterfront living is okay.
What do you want the city to do?
Look at him, man. That motherfucker fatter than a motherfucker. He got multiple rooms in that bitch.
This is public property, but that's not what it's supposed to be used for. Yeah. This is dangerous. As you can see down there, someone's cooking with an open fire out there.
Fucking coffee grinds.
They're stealing electricity. I mean, come on.
Feel bad for those folks?
Yes and no, because, you know, it sucks to say I know some of these people are here, you know, for some reasons that they put themselves here.
Watch this shit.
So, you know, I do wish better for those people, but I cannot be sorry for those mistakes that they made.
Others say just getting by in the city of angels is becoming too difficult.
It's messed up. I mean, they should lower rent. You know, they should start lowering all kinds of stuff.
But see, it's like this damn near through the whole state.
All right,
all the major cities
LA City Council
is like this. They everywhere, bro.
Reaction
100%.
to these folks living here along the Arroyo Seco, but we have not heard back. We're live in Highland Park. John Finolio, sending it back to you in Hollywood.
All right, so look, let me play one more video. So, that story took place a couple weeks ago, right? So I want to play one more video, bruh.
First mile, direct access to housing.
Shelter solves safe housing with wraparound support services. Solve homelessness. Homelessness absolutely can be solved.
Laid out a detailed homeless strategy. There's been no intentionality on homelessness in this state for decades. It's not been a focus.
I don't think we can solve homelessness. I know we can solve homelessness.
This is him
talking about this shit. Homelessness quickly and humanely through emergency action.
The highest investment the state's ever made is $1 billion on homelessness. We are poised to pass a budget in the next few hours that will provide $12 billion of investment. I can literally quantify 58,000 people that we got off the streets last year, and none of you would believe it.
The state has not made progress in the last 2 decades as it relates to homelessness. Why?
We're not interested in funding failure. We're not interested in failing more efficiently when it comes to the issue of homelessness.
So look, Brad went on a 10-year tirade about homelessness, right? And so in California, like I said, we got the highest homeless rate in the motherfucking country, right? 100%, bro.
You ain't lying.
And the shit is fucking terrible here, bro. I swear to you, everywhere you go, you gonna see nothing but homelessness, nigga, right? And I got a different opinion on the technical term of homelessness, but my main point is even in my city, and I'm gonna tell you the numbers in my city too, but statewide in 6 years from 2018, or that's 5 years, from 2018 to 2023, California has spent $24 billion on homelessness, so-called homelessness, and can't account for not $1 of where the money exactly went. And in Sacramento, nigga, a story came out on the news. They spent $57 million on homelessness and can't account for not where $1 went, bruh. So, Slim, I want to start with you, bruh. How is the homelessness in your state?
You know, it's up there, but you know, I mean, it's like this, right? This is how I feel just in general. You know what I mean? People have to, like, everybody focus on, you know, Biden and Trump and these elections and stuff like that. I think people need to focus more on local voting, because if you have a governor and he doesn't hold up to his end of the bargain, he needs to be voted out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, on my second point is that I traveled around this country before, and it's more land than cities.
Fact.
You know what I mean? So California has a lot of land. Give them a piece of land give them the materials. They could put their own situation together and have their own community. You know what I'm saying? It's too much land to say that it's just homelessness and it's all this land. Like, what? I don't get it.
I mean, you know? Like, okay, the homeless, they're already doing that without any permission. Like, where I'm from San Jose, bro, where when you look outside, like, the homeless is like the weather. You know what I mean? You look outside, oh, it's really homeless out there. You know what I mean? You know, it's coming down out there. And they build a whole communities and villages. Like, bro, don't let them boys have like a creek or something like that, because they'll put a whole village in that joint. Like, this really happens, bro. Like, and I'm from a city that has we have 1 million plus in population, plus the homeless, then add on the illegal aliens. So it's like, you know, and I don't live there anymore, and I see a big difference. I live in a suburb town now, and what's crazy is, like, they don't have buses over here, and they don't have a train station that people could use. The only trains is like for cargo and shit, and that actually contributes to less homeless people. You know what I mean? Because they can't just easily get over here. You know what I mean?
Oh, my memory.
Yeah.
No,
I just feel like. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, bro. Finish.
I just feel like when you got, you know, millions and millions of dollars being poured into this situation, and it ain't, what is it going to? This is what I'm saying. Like, when these governors get in office, if they don't, you got to hold them accountable. If they say, okay, we voting for you because we want you to do these 4 things, right? If that term is about to be up and those 4 things were not done from start to finish, get them out of there. There's no reason why this dude should be a governor for 10 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so that's what I think. That's part of the problem too. You know what I mean? Is politicians getting these positions and they're not being held accountable for nothing.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what Newsom is. I mean, you know, you look at the way he handled the COVID situation and what he was doing during COVID. Newsom is a cold dude, boy. Oh, wow. He moved like he make the motherfucking laws here in this state. Oh, everything. But damn, it was one point I wanted to double back on what you said though, Slim, on everything. I totally forgot about it. But it'll come to me here in a minute. But my thing is with the homelessness, you know, in my life and what I seen as a youngin', and how you know, how drugs, what they do to people in the whole shit, you know what I mean?
Yep. And mental health, a lot of contributing drugs are a lot of contributing factors to mental health issues, and then they become homeless because of these issues. And
100%. But even some of them don't even be mental health. You know what I mean? They just, you know, say fuck it, man.
They smoked out.
Gonna be smoked out my whole, you know, for my whole career. You know what I mean? So that's my thing is though, what I seen and how you know drugs do take part in the situation, but also part of the economy too. Though here in California, the rent is ridiculous. No houses no more, or it ain't no more. It ain't no more places to stay. It's hard to get a place here now, whether you buying or you renting. And then when you do get in a place, they charging X amount of money because of how people were during COVID squatting. You know what I mean? So they a super fat deposit. that on top of super fat rent, or you know, you trying to buy a house and the motherfucking the rent percent
the interest rate
7% right now. You know,
yeah,
what I mean?
The interest rate is hella crazy.
The buyer's market right now. You know what I mean?
I mean, I had to buy the interest rate down when we got this house. You know what I mean?
I remember you telling me that too, bro.
Yeah, that shit was like, but that, and that's the thing too, is that the pricing on the house is gonna go down, so it fucks the market up when the interest rate's hella high. But like at the same time, they don't really seem like it's going down. So and we saw this 20 years ago, and going into 2006, 2007 when the market crashed. This is kind of the same thing that we're and you know, when that market crashed, bro, a lot of people got their houses foreclosed and shit like that. I swear to God, that was the influx everywhere for homeless people. Because now you have people, now they're living in their cars, and then next you know, they don't have their cars next, so now they're on the streets for real. And like that was a real thing. Like all of a sudden, I see whole families out there in a Target parking lot, and there's like 4 or 5 cars lined up, and there's families living in there. Remember that shit? It was like that for a minute.
And I'm glad you brought that point up right there, because that was going to go into what I'm finna say now. So look, this is what California has to do, is because if they getting all these billions of dollars, and the cities are spending 8 figures on homelessness too. But see, the cold thing is the difference between a homeless person and a motherfucking basehead is that's living out on the street is the basehead ain't homeless. 100%, whether he will see mental things, if he really strung out and really out there, okay, then that has to be played into a part 2 of separating them and getting them some help. But the difference between a basehead that's living out there on the street and just want to say fuck life and all I want to do is do what I do for my career, you got to separate that from the motherfucker that do want to get help and get off the streets and shit like that, because it's so many of them that you know that they just don't know how to get to the maneuver to the motherfucking help.
Yeah, bro. See, the thing is, the thing is that you know, a lot of these shelters ain't worth a damn either. You know what I mean? So if you're getting all this funding, why not build these shelters over? You know, build them in such a way where they're clean and you know they're maintained, and you know what I'm saying, so people don't feel like it's just a whole shit show. Because that's why a lot of people stay on the street. Because the shelters ain't worth a damn. You know, roaches and rats running through there is nasty as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, there's people that was living in homeless shelters and they go to the gym to use the bathroom. They get a gym membership just to go take a shower and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because the shit's so nasty in there. You know what I mean? Right. So if you could take that funding and put it into rebuilding these shelters and maintaining a certain level of cleanliness in them, so people, you know, the homeless could feel comfortable to bounce back, you know what I'm saying, to build themselves up. A lot of them wouldn't be on the street. So where's the money going? Because the money could go to that. The money could go to drug programs and things of that nature. Like, you know.
That's the thing. And they can't account for the dough. That's the thing. If you gonna spend
selling
$4 billion in facts. I'm trying to the facts. $24 billion in 5 years, bro, and you can't account for not one motherfucking dollar, bro. Right? No, that shit crazy, bro. It's going to their pocket, bro. They don't give a this state.
Oh, there it is. I was saying, I know the answer. You just said it.
No, this state don't care about nobody in this.
It goes right to their pocket piece.
It go right to their pocket piece, bro, and they don't care about nobody in this state, but a certain group of people, and it's that 1% of California that California care about. The rest of these motherfuckers, look, bro, we inviting everybody to come to this motherfucker. We got a program for you. We got $700 a month for you. We got some food stamps for you. Go ahead, man. We got some room for you.
I guess the infrastructure is important, right? Like say like you had, if like let's take this idea. I like what Slim's idea was. We're gonna take some of this money and revitalize these existing shelters, right? But then not only that, you got to have like you got to have some kind of advisors and counseling in place, so that, you know, we could transition them into maybe even the working force if they are able-bodied and sound mind, right?
Yeah, because I mean they building properties out there. I mean, they got some skills,
right?
Yeah, you know what I mean. Because like take from me, my lady, she's a nurse. She just went to work right now, but for the last 8 years she worked in mental health. And most of in the South Bay, a lot of it is drug-induced mental health, right? And they just end up on the streets because they're just whacked out. You feel me? They're smoked out of their mind. But like, she worked at a facility where the ones that do get into a program and they get some kind of insurance to cover them, because these programs ain't cheap either. And then they in this program, they're able to get their meds, and they're able to get food and stay there. But still, it's almost like it's on their choice. Like, hey, you stay here, take all your meds, and we'll make sure you're right. You got counseling here, but then they go dip out and go do some drugs. You know what I mean? Get that titi. You feel me?
Right, no, fact. They go get the real thing. But that's the point, though. Like you just said, the key thing is it's expensive. But yet, if it's 24 billion in 5 years, why is it expensive? It's fucking out there for these people, but it's going to the wrong places, and they can't even account for where the dough is. But yet you have to establish, okay, well, this motherfucker, he crazy, he strung out on whatever his relaxation choice of way is. You know what I mean? Whether we ain't gonna get to describing the narcotics, but establish him. Then you establish the motherfucker that need help but just don't know how to go get the help, and then you lead the motherfuckers that want to be on the street with no responsibilities, lead them niggas alone. But see, the main thing is that they don't hire people to go in. You know what I mean? Some of these motherfuckers just go out voluntarily and go do their thing with the homeless and shit like that. You know,
think about the events of COVID itself, right? When COVID happened and shut the world down, I mean, in America, I mean, there's people that lost their jobs too. Like that could have spawned a whole nother generation of homeless people.
Yeah,
that money that they spending, they need to hire them motherfuckers to have boots on the ground. Go ahead and start getting into where these homeless people is, bro, and seeing who's who, bro. 100%.
You know,
but I
remember Philip? Remember Gemma the Icon and Philip?
Yeah.
Remember Philip? He looked like Agent Smith from The Matrix.
Yeah.
Anyways, his actual day job is he moved back to Chicago, but when he was in New York, he was working with an organization that would put that would put the homeless in the shelters, and he was assigned to 30 different homeless people, so he was checking in on these dudes on the streets, you know what I mean? If they're not in the shelters, you gotta go find them. And he said yo, it's a real tedious job, and you actually have to give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hate him more.
And this is the type of human being he was. So he did this type of job, but he was he'll see his coworkers, they don't give a fuck. It's just a job to them. You know what I mean?
Right.
So then it's difficult because now you don't even have the right people in place to actually care to move the needle. It's just a check for them. You know what I mean?
I think the way you move the needle is by voting these people out. They need to know, people have to realize the power that they have with voting locally. You know what I'm saying? When these elections come up, they're not broadcasted like how these
presidency
the presidency, you know what I mean? It's not broadcasted like that. You just get a flyer in your mail or a flyer in your car, vote for this person, vote for me, vote for this. But I think the people need to take back their power, when it comes to voting, and say, listen, if you're not getting stuff done, and you're getting funding and it's not being put in the right places, the situation ain't changing, and we can't see that it's being changed, get him out of here. Yeah. There's no reason why he should have been in there 10 years. That means that every time the elections come around, the same people is just going out and re-electing this dude. Right. And that goes for mayors out here, wherever. You know what I'm saying? If they're not getting the job done, get them out of there.
Yeah,
then they'll start taking their position more seriously, because if a guy can sit in there for 10 years and bullshit the people, then it's the people that's re-electing him.
Yeah.
As a whole, you know what I mean? So
it's facts. No, them is facts, especially in this state. I can't even tell you the last Republican that was a governor.
The governor.
Oh shit. And look how long ago that was. That was early 2000s, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that. He was in there for a coup minute too.
Mama, he the one that fucked up our registration. Shit, he got us paying damn near $400.
Get in the chopper.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that shit crazy. Now you're right though, bro. I'm glad you said that though. That's what it really, and a lot of us, and I'm one of them. I ain't gonna say a lot of us, some of us, or a small group, whatever it may be, is not well informed on politics until it start fucking over your bottom line. And in this that's what happens.
Exactly.
Inflation rate is so high.
And my pops was always the Republican because he just always got money. You know what I mean? And like he would say, the Democrats, they just want everyone to share the money. You know what I mean?
That's what it is.
It's funny though, because like whenever there's a Democrat in office, there's always going to be some type of war, because war generates money. There's always going to be some type of crisis, like some kind of recession. It is kind of crazy. Like I'm not a voting American either, but I was off the grid for a long time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it is kind of crazy when you see certain things that affect, like now I probably would care, like what I'm saying, when it comes down to like how much I'm going to get taxed for real.
No,
I'm living life on the grid these days. You know what I mean?
No, 100%. It's not even, and it's just not even the tax. It's just everything in general, bro.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That shit. Look, like I said, look at how Gavin handled the COVID situation. It shut shit down. This motherfucker, it shut schools down. You know what I mean? It shut businesses down for hell alone, bro. Fucking this motherfucker passed a bill for the business that I own, to where you can't even really do business right now unless you got old equipment. You know what I mean? He pushing the green energy. I mean the clean energy shit. You know what I mean? All that shit gone. You know what I mean? And by 2040 or some old shit like that, he don't even want no gas cars being sold no more.
Yeah, I saw that.
But I mean,
pushing... that will be the wave eventually, no matter what, bro. The electric cars are gonna, you know what I mean?
No, I understand that, but it should be your choice to be able to buy one of them motherfuckers, not to be putting them motherfuckers on the road no more.
Yeah, because then now it's like, okay, the reason people don't have electric cars like that is because they're expensive. And then like the cheaper ones, I'm sure they're cheap because they're cheap. You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So it's like, economically, that's why we haven't made that switch fully yet. Because I mean, think about it, the oil industries, everything ties into us using these these type of vehicles.
Check this out, right? How many times when you riding around, how many gas stations you see as opposed to how many charging stations you see?
100%.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
So there's not really an infrastructure there.
Facts.
So how can you push this so fast when there's not even an infrastructure in place? So you're gonna have people running out of, I gotta hurry up because my car's gonna shut down and I'm not gonna be able to go nowhere. Like, come on, man. Like that's I don't think that is the most important thing to push right now, unless you have an infrastructure in place.
Yeah.
Bro. You know what? Too with them, man, that makes me thinking right now, bro. Like, man, I should open up a charge station.
Right. Oh,
no, that's it.
You got me thinking right now. I'm like, he's goddamn right. They don't.
Hey, look,
I gotta open up a charge station. I gotta look into this.
Since it was a drought in this motherfuckers, it was people that was selling parts of their where they grow fruits and vegetables at. They were selling parts of that to solar farms because they weren't able to produce enough crop to to profit. So they were selling part of their land and or renting out part of their land for motherfucking solar power. 100%, bro, on everything.
Yeah. I mean, shit, even like
produce is one of our main way to get our economy on everything.
Yeah, definitely.
That shit is crazy, bro.
We agriculture like a motherfucker.
Agriculture, there you go, right there.
Yeah. But I think infrastructure has to be built before you push these new things. Like, everything has to be electric by this time. Like, but where's the infrastructure?
Yeah.
So and then people, and then people affording the cars. Like, okay, like how, like if somebody's rent is high, all this stuff is high. Everything is for the high now. So where do you think people are gonna get money now to go turn around and buy a new electric car now? You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Now.
Where are these mechanics that are able to work on these cars?
You ain't lying. You ain't lying about that.
Mechanics. You know what I mean? That can,
if you got a Beamer or a Benz, you still got to go to a specialty or a dealership. Like that's already like that with foreigns, let alone like, you know what I mean? Like everyone I know that has a Tesla, man, if something goes wrong with it, bro, like, you know what I mean? You can't
nobody
just go
to work on Tesla.
Jim shop. You know what I'm saying?
I'm definitely one of them motherfuckers. Man.
I do want a Tesla though. Those things are bad.
You want one of them motherfuckers? I ain't mad at you.
It's like spaceship, man. You know what trips me out though is like now they got electric bikes too, like motorcycles and shit. Like, and I'm like, yo, like, how are you gonna hear these motherfuckers coming up the shit, bro? You know,
Swanee got one.
Yeah, my mama.
Yeah, Swan Don got one. Yeah,
that shit goes crazy.
Yeah, it's full size. Like it's it's nothing small about it. It's full size. But the thing is, you got to keep the lights on that shit because you ain't gonna hear them shits pull up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real though. I mean, that's like a ninja bike for real, huh?
Yeah, I think this electric stuff it can work. It just has to be a gradual process. You know what I mean? Like, let's start playing with the bikes and the other things. Lawnmowers and stuff like that. Let's start there first. Establish the infrastructure. Then give people some kind of like. I know they got the tax benefits with the electric cars, like up to $7,500, but that's the tax. What about the price? What about the mechanics needing to be trained to work on these cars? And so they
and the tech, like not only do you have mechanics now, you have programmers now that like if anything goes wrong with the programming, like there's a guy that comes in, it's crazy, right? Because that's the day and age we're living in. Like, think about this: the government, bro. You go back to like the 50s, the 60s, the 70s. There's always gonna be some motherfucker that comes out and he figured out a way to make these carburetors generate without fuel. You know what I'm saying? Without fossil fuel, they had generated from nothing, not even no water, just pulling it out the air straight up. And then they go and get patented, and the government they say, You know what I mean? Because they know this is about to change the game. Then those people, you know what happens to them? They end up disappearing. You know what I mean? And that happens time and time again. These people, because like if you would have had that technology back then, and you know what I'm saying, by now, all those cars would have been non-existent, and the technology would have only improved. So the fact that we really, we're allowing this, like he said, is gradual, right? We've got the electric cars now. Maybe another 20, 30 years, you start seeing 80% of the cars are electric now instead of the 80% on the road that you see. That's all the traditional fossil fuel burning motherfuckers. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, the thing is with the government, they're not gonna let you disrupt the system.
Hell no.
You know what I mean? So because I'm gonna tell you, they had a car that's overseas right now. It came out back in the day. My pops was telling me about this, and it came out, and it was like the car was A1. It was solid, and it lasted a very long time. And they said, no, we don't want that over here. You know what I mean? Just like okay, when Akon got all those like solar lights and stuff like that to power up Africa, right? From China. China made it for America first. And then the electric companies went to the government like, you gonna fuck up our shit. Like, no, like leave that there. So it was sitting. And that's when Akon made that trade, for them to go power Africa with the solar light. So they don't want you to disrupt the system to where the people don't gotta pay. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
In some kind of way they're gonna try to make you pay. You know what I mean? So
I don't know how versed you guys are with like the pyramids of Giza and stuff like that, but like those were power sources that powered the entire Egypt, right? And it was sending the energy through the air like Wi-Fi. And like Tesla, he reverse engineered this technology. And then once he figured it out, he called it the Tesla Tower. And he was like, yep, anyone can have free electricity, free and safe.
And
no, they're not. And they killed his ass.
Nope.
And part of that is part of this astrology. Those buildings that they built are strategically placed where
they're aligned with the equinox, the true north. And it's they always come in threes because they align with the constellation with the star system of Orion.
Facts.
It gets deep. We had ancient technologies that have lost to us that are things that were free and abundant, and of course I'm sure a lot of those technologies that were lost or even just being held secret now because you can't have things of abundance.
But see, that's the key word right there. Well, you said whether it's lost or whether it's being held from us. That's the thing, is being held from us because it's fucking.
Because it's a capitalist country.
Yeah, no.
So
No,
that's where that definition
the world,
extends.
though,
bro.
So
That definition
the
extends.
world, though, bro. Some of them the only motherfuckers on earth that know about the shit from billions of years ago, because I mean, I ain't gonna say billions of years, maybe some millions of years, is the motherfuckers that's like in the Amazon. That's you can't get to them. You know, they don't know about phones. They don't even know about the fucking internet right now, bro. They don't know about motherfucking growing up in, you know what I mean? They don't know about none of that shit. And them motherfuckers,
they're indigenous.
and they don't even got no language. We don't even know what language they speak. They got
you
their
talking about like the Sentinelese, like the North Sentinel people and stuff like that.
Yeah, Amazon right now. You can't get there, bro. Them is the only niggas that know, because that's all they know is living in the fucking wild. You know what I mean?
The Sentinels. They were like they're down there outside of Australia, right?
Oh, everywhere.
They're in between. They're governed by India. India protects them.
Oh,
right?
okay. Oh, they're way out there.
Yeah,
because remember, Buddy's got to go in there and
Africa,
convert them to like Christianity or something.
They wasn't trying to have that. Yeah, nah. They kill anybody who come there that's trying to do anything.
They ain't fucking with you because they think that you got that nasty ass disease.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's probably how a lot of them got wiped out initially. They got somebody came up off a boat and brought them some measles and mumps and shit like that.
The thing is, they tried to conquer that place. I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, it was Britain or whatever, tried to conquer that place back in the days. But the trees and the forest was so thick that the radars couldn't make it through to see where these people at. Then they tried to bomb it, but they said, damn, if we bomb it, it's going to do something to the earth. Right. You know what I'm saying? So they just have to leave it alone. That was one of the few places that wasn't taken over.
Yeah, because think about it, man. That place hasn't been touched by any outside contact, and like even the flora and fauna there. There could be stuff there that could help. Could help fight diseases. Might be plants, certain type of plants that with medicine. Who knows, bro? But we ain't gonna be able to get up in there.
But I think that I think that place. This is my opinion. I think that place is protected by a higher power because you have to go in there in order to do anything. And if you go in there, you don't know where nothing's at.
Right. You don't know exactly.
You don't know where these people are. Exactly. So at the end of the day, and I think that also you need people that are still in tune with living off the earth. You know what I'm saying? So just in case, things go haywire, you still have a group of people that know how to, survive.
You ain't lying because if God forbid they bomb this motherfucker, right? I don't know, and I survived. I don't know how to farm, bro. You know what I mean?
You see what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna know how to make food. Listen, I can shoot a gun. I've never went hunting though.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure. And then if I was managed to shoot a rabbit or a deer or something, I don't know how to chop and prep it.
I'm not a good fisherman. I mean, I've been fishing before, but I ain't no good fisherman. I just go out to the motherfucking river and the ocean and go get
the crazy thing is that, all the stuff we have, like in America and stuff like that, like we really don't need anything. We have everything that we need on Earth. Yeah. But the problem is that when you make it seem like there's not enough, that's the finesse that they run on us.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's people right now living off their land, living off of what they grow, the rainwater come down, and they're still living.
100%. Yeah, they go by the seasons.
So they have everything they need in the jungle.
You live by the season is season, and everything's to the T. Because you can miss. You ever hear them be like, "Oh, we had a bad crop this year." That's all bad. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers could die back in the days. Or even go further, like we're talking tribal shit. If a motherfucker's in a tribe, that means you serve a purpose because they only have so much that they'll let the fools die out if they're weak and you ain't contributing. They just let you die out, like you know what I mean? Because everybody, that's why they say it takes a village, right? Where every single one of us is getting it in. You know what I
mean? Hours out the day before the sun comes up and until the sun go down. 100%. Oh my mean, you gotta think they got multiple generations. So the shit that we get just being trying to keep the population going, all the heartaches and everything that we go through on life, them motherfuckers, they still reproducing and still living, bro. That's the thing. And they don't gotta go through the shit that we go through, bro. on everything.
Exactly.
And they fucking know something, bro. 100%. That's what's so crazy. And they don't want us. The motherfucking gun. I mean, just you can just think about how the HIV and AIDS shit has prevailed now. 100%. Look at the progress that they have made from that, and how deadly. When I was growing up, they made the shit like, oh, bro, you get it. It's you know what I mean? It's damn near like mind control, bro. 100%. Damn near like population control, bro.
Population control, all of that,
everything.
Exactly. So because if it was so deadly, why ain't kill off half of Africa yet? Right. And I'm pretty sure they're not using condoms.
Come on now.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy too? Remember Dr. Seti? He was talking about he got medicine that'll cure that shit. It's all natural shit, and it's like, if there is validity to that, I mean, non-Western medicines, you know what I'm saying? Going back to like the 9 West African tribes that you know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers have the knowledge of all kind of shit, bro. Like, you know what I mean? They knew how. You go to Africa right now, bro. You go in the bushes, you'll find a 100-year-old man. He's hella strong, bro.
Come on, yo.
Because all he's been doing is eating off the land. And you know what I'm saying? And that's another form of population control too, with all processed foods and everything. Like, all my kids got allergies, bro. I didn't have allergies like that when I was growing up. All my kids do. And it's probably because I grew up eating Spam and all kind of other canned foods, and eating McDonald's and antibiotic KFC chickens and shit. It's all fire, by the way. But
100%.
Fucking up the genomes, one generation at a time, just by the shit that we're eating, type shit. You know what I mean? You go to Sardinia, right? Sardinia, the island of Sardinia. This is the place on Earth where they got the most centennials, bro. They got all kind of 100-year-old people because they say it's because of the olive oil and the specific food that they eat that comes from here. Plus, like, the where they are geographically, they say it has something to do with it, like the electromagnetic fields there. It serves as they age a little slower, and it's like, this is a real thing. And I'm like, why aren't we taking a page out of these motherfuckers' book? Even just with like, what do they study? What they eating? How are they living to 100 like routinely? You know what I mean?
Come on now, facts. But that's the thing. My bad, son.
No, you gotta be intentional with your diet, and you gotta be intentional with taking care of your body and what goes in it. You know what I mean? So like, buying Purdue chicken as opposed to buying chicken that comes from a farm that's not, because stuff is not made to be lasting long as hell. Like, you know what I mean? So that's why back then people, I know, especially in like New York, like, there's a big Caribbean culture, you know what I'm saying? My family included, and people cook like on a daily, like every other day they was cooking, you know what I'm saying? Because the stuff they bought wasn't made to last 2 weeks and all of that stuff. You had to get it and cook it right then and there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
the GMOs, man, they'll do GMOs just for the sake of shelf life, for real. Like you'll see an apple, it's organic. And it's apple slices. It's already pre-cut. You buy it in a bag, and it's like, why is it pre-cut? Oh, because it's organic. This motherfucker won't brown for like 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like,
and you're like, yo, that's not natural.
Where they do that?
They do it though.
Exactly. So I think it's just being more intentional about what you put in your body and where you're buying your stuff from, stuff like that. Because when you look at, like, I did a little small experiment on I bought steak from this supermarket called Seatown, which is like a low grade supermarket, you know what I mean? And then I bought some steak from Trader Joe's, right? And I kept them both in the fridge in chilled temperature, right? And before the date was up, one steak was already out of here, like already. It was actually chicken. It was actually chicken, but once I did it with chicken and steak, my bad. But the pack of chicken from Seatown, they lie on their expiration date. So on the date. So it goes bad before the date. You know what I mean? And then the other one, it lasted, the whole time, and it didn't smell. You know what I'm saying?
That's fine. Like Trader Joe's is that shit.
Yeah, but it ain't Trader Joe's.
That's my shit.
It ain't Trader Joe's and Whole Foods in the hood like that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So now the people in the hood now, they're subject to the garbage, supermarkets and the garbage food. You know what I mean? while people, who earn it a little bit more, who are able to live in a, you know what I'm saying? So it's all broken down to class.
Yeah, I mean, when you get to the cheaper, when you go to like the cheaper grocery station, grocery stores, and even like the chain grocery stores, they're hydrating their meat sometimes too. So it's like it'd be like, oh, this is a 16-ounce jump, but they got like they hydrated like with some water. So by the time you fry that thing, you see that thing come up out of it, slim down real small. You're like, and you're only doing that with low grade meat. You know what I mean? Which is usually mass produced things. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That plays also a big part of big farmers, big pharma. You know what I mean? That's
it's all tied in.
On everything. Thanks. We want you on this. We want you to go to the doctor so we can give you this prescription. We don't want you to have no.
I mean, like think about this. Just because we're beef eaters in America, right? Motherfuckers eating beef, and then like at one point they started feeding all the cows with whatever the cow feed is, but it had like some high fructose corn syrup in it. And then next thing now we're eating the meat that got that, and all that stuff is contributing factors to like heart disease and stuff like that. That all popped up in high numbers and been like that since like the late 60s and 70s when they started putting that shit in everything. You know what I mean?
It's fact.
Yeah, facts.
Man, y'all got anything going out on this one?
I'm good.
Yeah, that's about it.
You motherfuckers, make sure you keep your head on the swivel on out there. What's going on, man? It's here in California, man. The homeless population is fucked up. California don't know what they doing with that money that they taxing, all this tax that we paying in here in California. So, like said, man, we got to vote on this local government, man, to get this shit changed. This shit ain't right, man. Hey,
you ain't lying, bro. Like, I mean, shit, like Skid Row, that's a real thing, bro. They might as well, like, I can see them when Slim was saying they need to put them in their own little areas, like, man, they already got their own cities, bro. You know what I mean? They got whole entire homeless cities, bro.
Yeah.
They spend $24 billion to help them. Oh my, it look like it's hurting them even more. Oh my, that shit is crazy. Everything. So yeah, though, man. Slim dropped a good point right there. We got to try and do I know I got to try to do a little bit more to educate myself on local politics and what's going on 100%, because like I said, if you taxing all of this, you taxing me, and all this money supposedly supposed to be going, this like one of the main issues here in California, but you don't know this shit going. It's just like it's fucked up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And people let the local politics go over their head, but at the same time, it puts your judges in office. It puts your prosecutors in office, your mayors, your governors. You know what I mean? Everything that affects you in your city, like, you know what I'm saying? Or in your state. You know what I mean? So definitely.
Yeah, no facts. Everything. That shit crazy. So yeah. I'm glad we got to talk about that topic right there. My G's 100%.
Yeah, that one hit home pretty tough because like I said, I barely moved out of my city about a year ago at this point now, exactly like a year and a week. You know what I'm saying? But that shit, it was heavy because, man, like I said, when you look outside of my hometown, the homeless is like the weather. You know what I mean? It's like it's really homeless out there. I mean, like
homeless out there.
Mama,
and then the state of New York. They a blue state like us. The state of Illinois.
It's two of the same in New York. It's two of the same. Even in Jersey, I don't think they're really effective like that in Jersey. You know what I mean? They want to gentrify this and gentrify that, but it's like, you look at Newark, you know what I'm saying? Half the city tore up, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, what is these cool, like, the mayor they got out here, the Roscoe Rocket dude, like he's the cool mayor, but what the hell are you really doing, my dude?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
100%.
So yeah, man. Definitely.
Yeah, I should vote this year.
Yeah.
I ain't never voted. I didn't even know how to register and none of that shit, bro. I was a D boy. I don't even want to go near nothing, no government pay. You know why I ain't voting?
Yeah, but once you start paying the taxes.
And I was like, you know what? I ain't gonna get near that building.
Start paying them taxes. Then it's time to, you know what I mean, have a say in that. You know what I'm saying?
That is a good point.
I mean, because all these things, when you get on the, on the legal side, all these things affect you. You know what I mean? Take money out your pocket.
That's
They
true.
taking money for this, taking money for that. You
they
know,
do,
shit.
bro.
Yeah, New York, New Jersey got some of the highest taxes in the country. You know what I'm saying? Besides California.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
They taxing.
Too.
They taxing you, but they charging you, you know, everything, you know, the inflation. So look, bro, you know, what the fuck is going on? You taxing me and you can't show me where this money going. 100%
exactly.
bullshit.
Exactly. So